Hey guys, it's Willow and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, today I'm going to be making a new profile picture and channel banner to kind of revamp and make over my channel a little bit. I made the decision to switch it up a while ago and I did draw the profile picture, but I've been procrastinating making the video, so I think it's time I reveal my new design to you guys. This drawing that I'm doing right now digitally is on ibisPaint X. But basically I took a picture of a sketch I did in my sketchbook, which I then uploaded to the app, and I set it to a multiply layer, I think, because then you can like colour straight on top and use it as your liner, which is really handy because I don't really like sketching digitally. And actually I didn't like draw this picture intending for it to be my profile picture. It was just going to be like a marker illustration, but then I was flicking through my sketchbook and I thought it was a pretty nice sketch, so I thought I could base my profile picture on it. So onto the colouring process, I decided to use fade watercolour brush or maybe felt tip, like a combination of those two. They're both pretty basic brushes, you can probably find them on ibisPaint without having to scroll too far, but I used like a blend of them to create this sort of like soft shading look on her cheeks, and as you can see it's not just like pinks, it's got a bit of blues and purples and yellows in there, and I do like how it looks really close up, but I don't think I needed to add that, to be honest, because obviously a profile picture is really small, so you're not going to see all the details anyway. But I did add some stronger purple shading which can hopefully be seen from further away. And now I'm moving on to the hair, keeping the line art really loose and sketchy. I went with brown hair again, which has been like a common theme with all of my profile pictures so far. And they're not like supposed to like be based on me, like look like me, but I feel like they all do a little bit because, I don't know, that's just what I think of when I think of a profile picture, so yeah. Well, not like, okay, I don't mean that everyone's profile picture has to look like me, I mean that my profile picture would probably, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not based on me, but it kind of ended up looking like me a little bit. And since I'm never going to do a face reveal, this is like the closest you're going to get, so yeah. Anyway, there I've done all the shading for the hair, and now I'm going to size it a bit and try and rub out as much of the background as I can. And obviously profile pictures are circular, so I don't know why I did this. I added a circle around it to sort of make it, but I've never done that before with the two profile pictures I've made in the past, because I forgot that you actually want it to be a square, because YouTube will like automatically make it a circle for you and then you can use that as your watermark in the bottom of the video. But to be fair, I haven't changed that even like when I changed my profile picture last time. I just kept it as the OG one because it's kind of nostalgic. And I also added these cute little flowers on her head because, well, I wanted like a theme for my channel, and I'll add some pictures in of me like brainstorming some ideas. I thought maybe I could do like a floral theme or like a more cottagecore kind of mushrooms theme, but I ended up just sort of improvising and adding these flowers. And I don't know what it is with my channel, the colour orange, but I think it works. I mean, lots of my thumbnails recently have had like an orange tint to them. So yeah, this is just me cleaning up the edges, and I did end up rubbing out this little bit that I didn't need of hair. But something that kind of gets on my nerves is, you know how there's like that little flick on the right hand side? It just looks a little unbalanced, I think. But I do like how the hair turned out with the lighter streaks and the darker streaks. And I didn't add any shading on the flowers just because I thought there wasn't really any point, and I liked the contrast of the simplicity with the texture. I made the t-shirt this bluey tealish colour, and then I decided to colour in a sunset because I thought that the background was a little too plain for my liking, and you can't go wrong with a sunset, can you? And yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh my gosh, I just realised I was going to add like a white border around the character actually, so I'm probably going to go back and do that. I just realised that right now, that's crazy. I think it's going to make her stand out a little more, and as I said before, the line art needs to be bold so that you can see it from far away, so I just duplicated the layers a few times to build up the opacity. I didn't really add many highlights to this drawing, it's just that I didn't like know where they were going to go, so I just left it out. But I think that will be fixed once I add the white border. Also, I feel like in this voiceover there's like a bunch of little random sounds in the background whenever I move, so sorry if you're listening with headphones, that might be a little annoying, but yeah. Now, once I'd finished the drawing, I went onto the photo app and just like bumped up the saturation and the colours a little bit, and I know it looks really harsh and bright at first, but I think from a distance it's going to look better with brighter colours. Okay, onto the channel banner. So basically I used the eyedropper tool to take all the colours out from the profile picture because I do want them to be cohesive. And I started out by handwriting Willow sketchbook, and it took me a couple attempts to get something I liked. I was contemplating using like a font instead, but I liked how the sketchbook looked, so it was just the willows that was causing me trouble. Now for the background, I wanted to incorporate the sunset a little bit, and I thought the colour scheme had lots of like earthy colours, so I drew some mountains, and they're a bit questionable because I wasn't using any references, and I had an idea in my head for how I wanted them to look, but it just wasn't really turning out. It looks a bit dodgy, but yeah. It's kind of hard to make sure everything's in the right proportions and also like be able to see what you're doing at the same time, but this guideline thing was pretty useful. The only thing is, I can never be bothered by the time I get to the banner, and it does look really nice if you put a lot of effort into it and make it look really nice, because it's one of the first things new viewers to your channel are going to see, but honestly I could not be bothered. So I did this background and I kind of tried to emulate the one for the profile picture, but I don't know, it looks okay. It just looks a little bit rushed in my opinion, but I do like the little streaks of purple in there. To make the writing stand out more, I added this light green background, which I do like how it looks. It's a really refreshing colour, if you know what I mean. I like this whole colour scheme a lot. I was on, you know the website called Coolers, I think, and it like generates colour schemes, because I was trying to do that to make a new like colour scheme for my channel, but I don't know, the app wasn't working, so I had to make it up myself. And if you haven't got a channel, you might not know this, but basically there's like different banner proportions for what different devices are going to see, and the purple around is what a TV would see, so like only if you're using a TV would you be able to see the purple thing, so I couldn't really be bothered, so I just kept it a solid colour. Because realistically, who's watching my channel on a TV? If you are, I mean, credit to you, I guess. And then I added these clouds, and I wasn't really sure how I felt about them because it was kind of giving cartoon little kids show, and that's not the vibes I was going for. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but yeah, I ended up just using a font because, I don't know, I wanted to keep it more simple and it looks a bit more sleek, I think. And this is kind of the font I use for a lot of my things, like my thumbnails and stuff, just because it's not even that I like it that much, it's just there's not many more options on ibisPaint. So yeah, I just went with that because it's kind of cohesive. And then basically, so I didn't like how the background looked either. So I was scrolling through Pinterest to find like an inspiration pic, and I had this like landscapes board, and then here's this picture that I saved like literally months ago. Like it's very old, it's the first one in that board. And why does it look exactly like my banner? And it's literally, that's exactly what I was envisioning when I was talking about the mountains and stuff. So I was like, wow, I'm gonna like draw what's going on here in like a nice illustrative way. And then I realised that I wasn't very good at that. So basically I ended up just using the picture as a background. So did I just waste your time watching that footage of me drawing stuff that wasn't even going to end up being on my banner? Kind of. I'm sorry about that, but I think it does look quite nice with this sort of photoshopped effect. I warped it a little bit using the liquify tool. So yeah, I guess sometimes simpler is the way to go. I don't think there's any like copyright issues with me just doing this, because like I only have less than 500 subscribers, but I guess if you're the owner of that Pinterest picture, you can email me if you don't want me using it. And yeah, that's basically it. I was going to do like a model thumbnail thing so that all of my thumbnails could be cohesive from now on, but I didn't get around to doing that because I think honestly I'm not very good at doing consistent thumbnails. It just kind of depends on the photos I took for the video, and like even look at this video's thumbnail, it took me ages for some reason. So yeah, I don't think it would end up working. And yeah, I think I'm going to update all my stuff a couple hours after this video goes out maybe, or maybe right when it comes out, I don't know. But hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.